in the last days, God says he wants to speak to his people through dreams and through visions. In the book of Acts and in chapter 2, verse 17, it says, "In the last days it shall be, God declares, I will pour out my spirit on all flesh, and your sons and daughters shall prophesy. And your young men shall see visions, and your old men shall dream dreams." In the last days, God wants to speak to his people through dreams and through visions. And God desires to put specific things on the heart of his people. He speaks to us through his word. He speaks to us through who Christ was and what God had written down for us in the Bible. But in the last days, he speaks also to his people through visions and dreams. God put specific things on the heart of people. All through the Bible, we see God speak to his people through dreams and visions, through in the Old Testament and in the New Testament. How many times did Paul say, the Spirit compelled me to go, or I had to go, and was because God put things on his heart that he had to do. Sometimes, a vision would be something that was incredibly vivid, or sometimes it would just be an impression God puts on our hearts. Sometimes a dream is something that wakes you up in the middle of the night because it was so clear. Other times, it's more like a daydream. But a lot of the time, these are things that God puts on our heart because they're things that he specifically wants us to do. And in the book of Habakkuk, in chapter 2, it says, "Write down the vision that the herald may run with it." And when we think about the visions and the dreams God gives to us, we don't want them just to be a passing daydream. We want them to be things we stop and think about and pray about. And so this Sunday night at Living Proof Church, especially for those of you that attend church, I really am begging you to come on out this Sunday night at 6 o'clock. We're going to have a potluck, and we're going to just talk about the subject, daring to dream for God. Can you imagine what would happen if our dreams aligned with God's dreams? When our dreams align with God's dreams, it's God putting within us a heart's desire for his kingdom and for his purposes. And so if our dreams could align with his dreams, imagine what God could do. I'm going to ask you, if you're part of our church and that you actually attend or are involved, or even if you used to be but you haven't been lately, I'm going to ask you to please click the link below this and get this Dare to Dream questionnaire. It's an evaluation of our ministry, but it's more than that. It's a question that will help us understand the dreams that we have. It's got 10 questions. It won't take you that long to fill it out. Bring it on Sunday. If you can't make it Sunday, scan it and email it to me. If you don't have a scanner, take a picture of it and email it to me that I could have it. And I just want to know what God's put on your heart. Sunday night specifically, we're going to share those things, those burdens that God has on our heart, those dreams that God has given us, those things that we think God wants to do to reach our world today, our culture, our community. And so we're going to dare to dream, but we don't want to have our own dreams. We want to have God's dreams. And so we're trying to align ourselves with the Spirit. We're trying to fan into flame the gifts of the Spirit that God has given us. And we want to write down those dreams that we could have something to run with, that we could have something to build upon, that we could have something that we make sure that we don't forget. Something that we say, we're going to put a plan in place. We're going to pray about this, and we're going to let the Spirit achieve this through us because we don't ignore what he has spoken. And so I'm asking you to dream and to stir up those dreams that God has given you, and let me know about your passion. So please fill out that Dare to Dream questionnaire and then either scan it or email it to me or bring it this Sunday because we believe God has huge things in store for us. So God bless you, and thank you for helping me out by giving me this kind of feedback. In Jesus Christ, keep growing.